Control initialized.
Hello there, comrades and cannon fodder. It's Dvoid here. I've got a 1v1 multiplayer game on Bucharest map. I'm using Russia, my opponent's using Russia as well. And this is a game from just not long ago, just before I posted it, I played this. I've got a couple of games that I'm going to post, but I'll do them separately. Here we are with the standard opening phase, oil capture. I've got a rifleman. My opponent's sending rifles out. I am as well, but I've got an engineer as the second unit I've trained. And my opponent's sending his rifles. He's got a stream of rifles heading from next to my oil derrick. And I've sent a rifle this way, hoping to catch his engineer, and it's run into these guys, look. So I'm aware that he's got units here, plus I can see that he's not capturing his oil derrick yet, so I'm going to wait there and guard it, if I can. And these guys are in position to protect my engineer. And I've got the view range of the oil derrick, but my opponent's brought a dog, so he's got that view range benefit from that. Oh dear. I left my engineer, he just escaped. That was very lucky. I should have left my guys there. But yeah, my rifle guard's been picked off, sadly. He nearly got this guy. He's got very little health left, look. Caught these few rifles out, and my engineer's following behind. But I'm unaware that the enemy is also following behind. My engineer ran straight into him. And there's no view range benefit from this for either of us, but my opponent has got a dog, so I should be running. And he's using it well, he's not letting it get ahead, and you see he's using its view range, its better view range from the dog just to shoot my troops. I can't even fire back. Look, and I've been reduced to 3 riflemen. Not very good at all, and now he's produced an engineer, so I have been earning credits from the oil derrick in the meantime, and now we're at 2 minutes 40 seconds, so I've earned a bit of credits from that. My opponent hasn't been earning that, but he has wiped out most of my starting rifles, and he's still got his dog, so I'm staying back and using the view range bonus. And we've got war factories now, or my opponent has. That's why I've got rocket launcher troops. There's my war factory. I've got these guys because I'm expecting a rocket launch, a vehicle soon. And my opponent, look, he's got his 3 rocket soldiers are trained, and he doesn't want to attack straight into the view range benefit, even into the oil derrick, because I've got this view range bonus here. So he doesn't want to attack straight into it, even with the dog's view range bonus. He doesn't want to do that. He still wants to move around. In fact, he might not even be attacking here. He might be trying to go for the ore field or something. That's why I'm sending rifles to see what's going on. And here is his flak truck. And I've sent my APC with 5 grenadiers inside because I know things aren't going well at all. My opponent's got 4,500 army value, I'm at 2,600, so this is bad. This is not a good start at all. I'm still in control of an oil derrick here, and here we go. I've sent my grenadier drop straight into combat. And here we go, I've released it, and I'm attacking the power plant. And there we go, there's one destroyed, but he's placed a base defence immediately. Now, these 2 are running, but I've ordered them to move and then attack this. Now, sadly, they're too close, look. Too close to the base defence. And I have got my opponent in low power, but, excuse me, they could have done so much better than that. All they had to do was move down here. These flame towers have a short range. As long as he was here, the APC would have screened him from the 1 or 2 rifles that were there, and I could have taken that one out as well. Now he's back in normal power mode. At least I saved the APC, so, you know, that's something at least. Now let's have a look at army values now. I'm at 3,900, my opponent's at 6,900, 7,000, and I'm at 4,000 now. So yeah, it's not a good start for me, that one. My opponent's starting to build. He's got a heavy tank before he's built his MCV, so it looks like he might actually send that forward, this force, because to have a heavy tank when I obviously haven't, if I'm building an MCV first, and in fact he's building another heavy tank. I build an MCV first, as most people would, I would assume. Sometimes build one tank before your MCV. Some people build a mine layer, but not two. But why not, anyway? There's no reason why not. It's working for him. It's obviously, you know, he's got a decent force here, and I haven't got... Well, I've got a heavy tank now. By the time he's used it, I've got a heavy tank. But if he'd have run into this, if I'd have expanded to this side instead, he'd be overrunning this now. These would be here with them, though. So, yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. But he's got a decent force to attack an expansion before it's even set up. So, it's obviously a worthwhile tactic. He can regroup with... He's got 2 heavy tanks if he wants them. But why not use them? Why leave it there? It was... Whatever. But yeah, I know I'm having to spread my forces out. But I haven't got my scouts moving around the map. I'm on the defensive here, and it's not good to do that, because it's giving my opponent the map control. I'm at 11,000, my opponent's at 14,000, and he's destroyed a barracks. And I've seen this force here, so I'm moving both my forces to try and engage, but he's moving straight away. And here we are, I've got an MCV, that's my home base MCV. And at first, I've ordered it over there, but I've changed my mind. And he's escorted so far. These guys are going to go where... Yeah, and he's moved ahead. That's not good. I was escorting him until this moment, and I've seen... There you go. Now that's bad. Pack up. Turn around. And he's dead. That's such a shame. That's a big disadvantage. And now my opponent has expanded and taken this away from me. That's not good at all. Army values, I'm at 15,000, my opponent's at 17, so there's no important difference in our army values, it's just my opponent's using his to gain control. Yeah, looks like I'm going to lose another ore truck, this force here, and I've sent a force to go on an eco raid, and look, I realised his attack, so I'm responding to him, to his attacks, which isn't good, but I'm trying to destroy his army. I thought he was hitting me with everything, and he's obviously not. But I've got a second refinery there, so that's not too bad. These ore trucks can start mining over here once I've dealt with him. But there we are now. I'm at 15,000 and my opponent's at 10,000. That's what I did want, a decisive engagement against him. That's what I wanted. And he's moving forces over here. And look, my second MCV that I've just built, this is the third one, has run straight into the enemy. Luckily, he's only got 1 rocket soldier with these guys, and I've just killed it. But it needs to get away. And I bumped into the enemy force here. I was trying to go on an eco raid. And I thought, right, oh dear, this isn't good. And he's engaged my forces and already doing damage. So I thought, right, I have to get into formation here. There's nowhere really to run. And so I took him on. And I'm losing all my tanks, look. Now I've got 1 and I thought I'll bring this down. And it died immediately, but I decided to commit. And my MCV's moved over here. And I won this engagement. And I'm at 7,000 army value, my opponent's at 6,900. We're both at 8,000 now. And look, I've sent my MCV to go and expand, make an expansion again, and I've seen these and thought, no, I can't, because my scout revealed that when they fired at it. So I thought, right, I've got to move back again. This isn't good at all, but I've secured this. I just should have had an MCV with it. I should have moved this forward sooner and have base defences with it. Although, yes, it's that V2 is going to make it all the difference. And I'm at 8,000, army value, my opponent's at 13,000. Now he's seen this force and he's backed off because he doesn't know the size of the army. But now he's bringing an aircraft and he's got 2 V2s with it, 3 tanks, and now I've brought this and I'm hoping to place another refinery. But look, yeah, I shot down his plane, but ouch, that was a perfect V2 shot. It really did kill about half my troops there, and I thought, right, these guys are running for it. And he's still firing at the same spot. You want to stop doing that before you hit your own troops, mate. Yeah, which he did. But I thought I'll move down here and then target the power plant and move half of them while some of them shoot the power plant, although the ones shooting the power plant were killed by them. And then I thought, right, the tank at least can go on a little raid up here and hopefully cause a distraction. Now, army values, I'm at 8,000 and my opponent's at 21,000 now, so the army values have severely changed against me. My opponent's got some serious tech. He's got 4 V2s that just I can see here. He's got 2 aircraft, a bunch of tanks, so he's in a very good position. 23,000 army value to my opponent, 10,000 to me, and a big chunk of troops. There you go, there's my tank, but it ran into an enemy tank, sadly. But he's got a big chunk of troops to defend this expansion as well. It's not good at all, and I thought this is my force, and I thought I'd won a bit of an engagement over here, but I knew he was attacking, so I thought, right, I'll attack over this side if that's where he's focusing his force. Don't forget, he has just wiped me out on that other side of the map as well, so I thought I'd be able to overrun him here. And I had no such luck. I've got my radar down, so I was bringing thieves luck. And I thought I'd overrun him and bang thieves into his refinery, and it just never happened. Look, I got slaughtered instead. It was really not good at all, that. It was really disappointing. I thought I'd move quickly and take advantage of him having forces on this side of the map. But by this point, I was at too much of a disadvantage. He had way more than double my army value. So he's just wiping out my expansions now, look. And they're defenceless. Completely defenceless. I realised he's hit here. There's an ore truck dead. So I'm trying to move the MCV. But if they don't get him, the aircraft, look, are just going to strafe him. Yeah, ripped to pieces. So there's an MCV as well as 2 expansions lost. There's an ore truck that I hoped would get away, and that's going to be lost. So yeah, bad situation. And my army value is 8,000, and my opponent's is 36,000. I've got a nearly, yeah, I'm at 10,000 army value. My opponent's at 36,000. So this isn't great. They just blasted that ore truck apart, like it was an instant. But I'm going to hit back this time. There you go, there's 3 of my ore trucks lost, and I'm shot in the back by a V2. Luckily it missed that one. That was a nice enough shot, but there you go, cleared out, wiped out, and I was hoping to use thieves and move to the back and maybe take over a vehicle or 2, but that's it, I'm done. There was no point in doing anything much, and I did end up eventually sending the thieves on a bit of a mission somewhere. And I've got my own V2 now. I have started to build tech, and it's firing and falling back and firing and falling back like you're supposed to with V2s, but it's only a little bit of practice. And these thieves as well, looking for something. There's nothing they can do. Nothing of value. This is the end. I'll be calling it any second, I'm sure. And there's another V2. But yeah, there you go, I've called it. Because, you know, I was obviously defeated a minute or a few minutes ago. But yeah, my enemy used the tech extremely well to defeat me. He did very well. And there you go, my thieves are looking for an expansion here. But there's nothing there. He's not bothered setting anything up. He doesn't need it. So there you go. That's the end of that one. And we'll look at the army graph. I was behind slightly, although it was because of a bit of combat. I was behind those losses at the start. But I did increase in army value at the same rate as my opponent. I was just behind him by, you know, a little bit. But then my losses, I couldn't recover my losses, look. You know, my opponent severely replaced his losses rapidly, look. Look at that. Whereas I had a lot of problems, ups, downs. You know, and even when I did was increasing in army value, it was nowhere near enough to stand up to the size of the army my opponent had. So there you go, the army graph shows what happened. And earnings, look at my big dip. A big drop in earnings in the middle. At least I was doing okay towards the end, kind of. A little for a brief point, but then it all just dropped. And everything went bad. Everything went wrong. There's my opponent's finishing army. That's 9 heavy tanks, a bunch of aircraft, and 4 V2s at least. It's a decent army. And he's got a 42,000 army value. I killed 168 units, my opponent killed 234. I lost 33 structures, my opponent lost 4. Right, and he's got support powers, paratroopers and spy planes because he's got an airfield, production. Yeah, he's still building away. Economy. I earned 82,000, my opponent earned 119,000, and he's got 9 ore trucks left, so I wasn't destroying any of his ore trucks. I did try, I went on a few attacks, but I just had to respond to these attacks. He got me good, and I was being too defensive, I had no scouts. It was because of the bad start I had. I was on the back foot immediately. A real bad start. That was a shame, that's what did it. And the basics... I was at 27 actions per minute. My opponent was giving orders quite rapidly at 63 actions per minute. So it was more than 1 order a second. But there you go. There's the graphs and charts and stats for that game. If you like what you saw, give us a sub and a like. I hope you enjoyed the game. I did. It was a bit rough. Like, I got savaged, but... You know, you can't win them all, and it was a fun game. Nice to see the tech used so well and so effectively, and see the game played so efficiently. It's always nice. So thank you very much for watching. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, goodbye.
Battle control terminated.